Hey there, Alex Kidman with my quick video review of the Telstra Essential Smart 2, also known as the ZTE Blade A3. They may sell it like that in some markets, but here in Australia, it's the Telstra Essential Smart 2. And there's really only one notable thing about this phone. It's certainly not the design. As you can see, it's a very cheap looking, very plastic looking phone with a 5-inch display with really, frankly, terrible viewing angles. I mean, you can probably just about pick up there that as soon as you move it out of any kind of straight-on viewing angle, the visibility just goes down the gurgler. It's not powerful. It's got a Unisoc processor with just 1 gig of RAM. Now, to make up for that, it's running Android Go. That's the light version of Android, effectively, but it's based off Android 9, which is a bit of a problem for a phone in 2020. It would have been a lot nicer if this was an Android 10 Go phone. I guess you can't have everything. Now, I did say there was one thing exceptional. As I said, it ain't the design. It also ain't the cameras. It's got a single 5-megapixel camera on the back, and then on the front, it's just a front-facing 2-megapixel camera. And wow, I mean, that's really, really ordinary. And you know what else is ordinary? The photos you're going to get from it. This is a really bland and, frankly, fairly awful camera phone. But I return again to that extraordinary feature. What is that extraordinary feature, I hear you ask? Well, again, it isn't the battery, although it is notable on the battery front for 2 reasons. First of all, it has a removable battery. That's still fairly unusual, and if you do like the idea of being able to swap out the battery easily over time, well, yeah, this one will do that. The other unusual thing about it is that the battery socket is actually on the side, not on the bottom. That's an unusual feature. I've not really seen it in too many phones, and certainly not any phones of recent eras. But with a 2000 milliamp battery, this is not a long-lasting phone. Even moderate usage will see it go flat before the day is out. So what is exceptional about this phone? Well, really, it's the price. This is a $69 handset. It is dirt cheap. And I've got to judge it in that context because the reality is there are people for whom a $69 handset will do everything they need to do. And in that case, everything you need to do needs to be very, very basic. This is not a fast phone. It doesn't have a good camera. It doesn't have a good battery, but it is low cost. I'm kind of drawn to the fact that some of Telstra's own mobile plans are more expensive than this phone outright, although realistically, everyone who buys this is going to be putting it on a prepaid plan. So who's it best for? Well, look, obviously the first port of call for this phone is people with limited budgets who just need a basic communication device. Yes, it will tick off those needs, although only just. I really would say if you can afford to push a little bit north of that $100 barrier, go for it, because what you can get for around $150 to $200 runs rings around this phone. This really does feel like very dated hardware. It's very slow, very limited in all sorts of ways. But if your budget is limited, it's fine. If you needed some kind of secondary phone, or if you wanted a phone for your kids because they keep breaking them, well, yeah, this is relatively low cost. It would fulfill that kind of need. However, if you want anything with decent battery life or decent performance or a decent camera, no, this really isn't going to do what you need. Anyway, that's my short take on the Telstra Essential Smart 2, aka the ZTE Blade A3. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.